Welcome to Parkside Chat, episode 28. Now I'm ready to do 3 parks in one day. I'm Brian.
Ooh, honey, you mean Hercules. I'm Liz.
I want a hot dog real bad. I'm Chelsea.
And mine's going to be a joke, so it's a little long.
You can't set the joke up by explaining it.
So, 2 guys are robbing a liquor store. The one guy picks up a bottle and says, "Is this whiskey?" And the other guy goes, "Not as whiskey as robbing a bank." I'm TJ.
That is like a Matt joke right there.
I wish Matt would have heard that. That was really
definitely
Matt
a
quality.
Matt joke.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone.
Nice
Welcome
job.
Chelsea.
Yes, our special guest for today.
Oh, and Pickles.
He wants to give you a hug.
Oh,
Real
baby.
bad. Get down, boy.
Come on, Pex.
Welcome in. How was everyone's week? Or last week, I guess?
Good. It's
Good.
gotten warm up here. It was 88 today in Philadelphia.
Hot.
It was actually nice today here in Central Florida. It
Yeah,
wasn't like overly hot.
Yeah, we haven't got the blistering heat yet, so.
Right
I
now
see you
it's
have a 3/4 zip
78.
on.
Well, TJ had turned down the AC.
Here.
He turned it down, and then I started sneezing, and then I put this on, and now I'm getting a little warm. But I'm just going to live with it now.
It is still.
We went to lunch at Raising Cane's, which I don't think Liz or Chelsea have had Raising Cane's yet. Y'all haven't had Raising Cane's.
I haven't. There's one here.
Is that
in
the
West
is that the blue one with the
No,
blue
it's red.
logo?
No,
No,
it's red.
Okay.
Blue is...
Pickles is part of this today.
Pickle.
Oh.
What?
It's all right.
You're
He
messing
loves
up my
Auntie Chelsea.
debut. He does.
Anyway, we had
Pickles.
Raising Cane's for lunch, and we need to take you, Liz, next time to
Yeah.
Raising Cane's. Oh, and
Yes. No, I would love to. I
We're
would love
good?
to try
Okay.
it. There's one. No, I muted to yell at Matt to say that Pickles was doing something.
Being a bad boy.
he's fine.
I'll keep him. I'll keep him right here. We'll be calm.
He's
We'll be good.
fine.
You'll be a good boy.
So before we went to California, which our episode 27 was about California, we right before we went to California, Liz and Chelsea came for like 24 hours, and we did all 4 parks in one day.
It's the best.
Today we're gonna-
I'm still tired.
We're going to talk about all 4 parks in one day.
2 weeks
Cool.
later, and I'm still
2 weeks
exhausted.
later.
I could have done it again. Next day.
The next day?
Mm-hmm.
Could have done
She
it
would have
twice.
done it alone, but she
Right.
I wouldn't have. I like would have gone alone because I don't mind going alone, but I would have not known what to do.
like,
I thought it went really smoothly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Personally, I thought it went really well.
Yeah.
So,
so crowded.
what made us decide to go to all 4 parks in one day? At what point was that decided?
I think you made a joke.
It was the Thursday night before we left that I bought the tickets, and I saw that it was $270 for a 1-day park hopper.
Mm.
And I, as a joke, I was like, "Oh, we should do all 4," not thinking that anyone would ever agree with me.
Except for me.
I
I'm
agree
like,
right
at
away.
that point, like, get my money's worth of that sort of investment. And it stuck. The idea stuck. I was so surprised.
The reason why I said yes and was for it because we haven't really been to the parks much this year.
Mhm.
And so I was like, yeah, why not? Because, I mean, I couldn't even tell you the last time I had been in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even studios, really, too. Normally, we're in Epcot if we're anywhere.
I think, honestly, the last time we were in studios was for Jollywood.
And with you guys, it was the first time we'd seen the new Hatbox Ghost in...
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
that was so cute. That was very
Right.
exciting.
So that was the first time we'd seen that, and they installed that in like November or December. So we hadn't been over there in a while. So that's how the idea got started. And let's see. So it was $270. Does that include? That's after. That's with taxes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with
Okay.
tax and everything. My
That's
my
a
card
lot.
was charged that much.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. I think the last time I remember was
per
like
person.
240 or something.
Yeah, pickles, blood. His stupid smile.
I know. Just become
Yeah, I feel like 200-ish I'm good with for a park hopper, but
270
the
is
fact that
something
it was
different.
270, I'm like, oh, it just hurt.
Yeah, it's
But
like at that point, I
at
might
the
as well
end of
spend
it,
300.
So it depends on the day too, because you're buying a ticket based on the day. So we were there on a Sunday.
Sunday. And it was still
So-
kind of Eastery, spring break-y,
Yeah.
like time off. So it was definitely more expensive than like the Tuesday following.
So we started in, let's see, am I doing this right? Yeah, we started at Magic Kingdom. We also have a full comprehensive video on our YouTube of the whole day with timestamps. But
We'll kind of go through those.
yeah, a little bit, but we won't go as detailed as timestamps. I don't have the timestamps in front of me. I guess I could have the timestamps in front of me. So we got in, we were walking into the park at like
8 something.
no.
Yeah, we
not
were
8
there
something.
like
at 9.
like
We were walking. It opened at 9.
Okay.
8:45, I think we had walked in.
Thank you, Liz.
So I went to go find my magic band
Yeah.
that I didn't need.
So 8:47, excuse us. We were walking in, and the first attraction,
Pirates.
You walked to
Pirates.
Pirates. Yep.
and we walked into Pirates at 9:02, and that was a walk-on.
And so before we get into like deep into the rides, Lightning Lanes and
Oh yeah.
Genie Plus. Liz, do you care to explain how we utilize that, at least for Magic Kingdom?
We did purchase Genie Plus for the day. So that
It
morning,
was 27 per person.
yep, 27
So
per
then
person.
you are at basically a $300 ticket at that point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuts. But we what?
I said that is nuts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he
Like,
was doing something stupid.
Oh
there.
no.
So we reserved right at 7 a.m. We reserved the Haunted Mansion return time of just after park open, right? It was like 9:30, I think was our window.
I think so.
Which worked out great because we could.
Though we
get
entered at
into-
9:27.
Maybe it was
Or-
9:15 then.
Or 9:15 or
It was
9:20.
like one of the first windows. We booked that, which was perfect because we did Pirates
So you
and
can,
then walked to Haunted Mansion.
for those who don't know, if you're watching this because you want a resource for Genie Plus or Lightning Lanes, or really you're just researching how to do all this, you can select your first Lightning Lane at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yes. Regardless if you're staying on property or you're not staying on property. For Genie Plus and regular, not the special fancy rides, you can do it at 7.
And you can get your virtual queue for virtual queue attractions.
Yes.
Which right now it's Guardians and Tron.
Yes.
You can get that at 7 a.m. as well for virtual
Yes.
queue. So we did get a virtual queue for Tron, which we can talk a little bit later in a few moments. We got the virtual queue. I think we were 40 or 50 something.
Yeah, it was like I think 55.
Which is early, yeah.
So at 7 a.m., Liz and I don't know who got what, but we both worked together, or maybe Liz did everything, honestly, at the end of the day. And she got
Mother.
Haunted Mansion.
You did Haunted Mansion. I did Tron. I'll give you
So I
credit
got
where
Haunted
credit
Mansion
is
for
due.
the 9:15 or 9:20, and then Liz was able to get us into the virtual queue. I think group 40 or 50.
Yeah.
And so before we even left the house, we had our Haunted Mansion Lightning Lane.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So
boogied over
And then from Pirates, we went right over to Haunted Mansion.
Mm-hmm. And I rebooked for our next park. So as soon as we scanned in for Haunted Mansion, I booked for Animal Kingdom.
And I feel like that's the thing that a lot of people don't know is like the second you scan, you can get the next one.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Chelsea?
I did, because you guys taught me while we were at the park.
So the attractions that we did at Magic Kingdom, really that was the only park where Chelsea said this is what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was Haunted Mansion, Pirates, and she wanted to ride Tron again. And Liz had never ridden Tron. So that was our goal for Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We also did the carousel because
Mission
we
accomplished.
walked by.
Oh, yeah.
And Chelsea
Mm-hmm.
had let it slip that she had never done the carousel.
Yeah.
And I said,
Really?
And then she said, psych.
Yeah.
We just hopped right in line.
I was like, who wants to do the carousel? And Liz was like, we're going.
And then she took a phone call.
I was on the phone with my mommy. She
No.
said she wanted to go to. She said she wanted to come to Disney with you guys, and I said, okay.
She's welcome anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So from carousel, we did eat. We had a quick bite because the rules here was for all 4 parks. We needed to do 1 attraction and at least 1 food item. Not all of us buying individual food items, just 1 attraction, 1 food item. We're not like going crazy here. We're not trying to impress anyone.
Just
So
a taste.
So we did Friar's Nook, and we got the tots and the donut holes. And what did you all think of the tots and donut holes?
Love the tots.
I love the tots as well.
They were really good.
Mm-hmm.
The gravy.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it was. I mean, it was still early. It was like their breakfasty menu.
Yeah, I thought the donut holes were good. God, the donut holes were good. But I have more of a savory tooth than a sweet tooth, personally. And I'm saving myself for the churro.
I kind of wish the donut holes had like a sauce or something, a drizzle of something on it.
They were a little dry, but
I will say that it was affordable for both of them. It was $12, which I thought was a good value.
Yeah,
and
it
wasn't
that's good.
It wasn't skimpy portion.
Yeah,
on either of them.
No, it was perfect. It was the perfect size. Like you could very easily split it, or if you were really hungry, eat the whole thing yourself. And I think I said when we were there too that it was better than the green eggs and ham tots at Universal.
I don't think we've had those yet.
We have
but not as because they do like a breakfast savory one with green eggs and then tots and gravy and it might be like ham versus sausage gravy. But anyway, not as good as the tachos in Woody's Lunchbox. They are the elite.
Ooh, yeah.
Elite tachos.
Elite.
Yeah.
Never had them.
Next time.
Gasp.
Never had them. All right, so from tots and donut holes, we went over to Tron. So the story about Tron is we really needed to keep a schedule and not get behind. I think that we probably could have stayed in Magic Kingdom for our virtual queue and it would have been fine. We would have just had to tighten up somewhere else. But we decided to go ahead and grab individual lightning lanes. Individual lightning lanes are sold. This is where everything gets confusing. Individual lightning lanes are sold separately from Genie Plus and are not included in the lightning lanes that you are included with Genie Plus. So you must purchase individual lightning lanes separately and you can purchase 2 of them a day. So we purchased the individual lightning lanes for Tron, which I think was like $17 or something.
17
so now your ticket is up to $320, let's say, basically.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Can you get your regular lightning lane stuff, like how we got Haunted Mansion and what ones that you don't pay for without Genie Plus, or do you need Genie Plus to get lightning lanes?
You have to have Genie Plus to get lightning lanes.
Okay.
But you don't have to have Genie Plus
to get individual.
Buy, like the individual ones.
Okay.
So like
the
Tron,
ones that you can purchase, you don't need Genie Plus.
Seven Dwarfs, the ones that are
got
the fancy ones at each park.
So if we just wanted to ride Tron, we could just get Tron, but we couldn't just buy Haunted Mansion. I think that would be kind of elite though to have a la carte, because then you could like.
I would pay $5 here and there. I'd probably spend more money to not Like I'd spend more probably just a la carte than I would for the.
I would probably spend more money in like an annual pass holder. Like if it was available to annual pass holders, I might spend more money over a year's time than I would buying like Genie Plus for a day. You know what I
Yes.
mean? I could see that because if it's something like $5 here and $5 there, well, by
You
the
don't
end of the
have-
year, I might have accumulated $100 worth of
Right. Whereas you don't,
of lightning lanes.
and you don't buy it unless
We
you
also sit in the camp, at least I do, and I think Liz feels the same, and I guess TJ feels the same as well. I think is that I think that the new system works just fine for the most part. I know a lot of people complain about like paying and stuff, but oh
I'm
well.
more than happy to hide the money, y'all. There's 4 people around. I'm happy.
It's kind of like
to pay. Like you're there for limited time.
yeah.
If you know
Like I don't know. I think it's a smart move. And yeah, you have to be in your phone more and you have to know more. It kind of does put a curve on learning the parks for people who don't come here regularly, but for people who know how the system works, it works kind of well.
Well, and I also think that while it used to be something that was included or complimentary for like people that have been staying for 15, 20 years, the stepsister down the street is far more expensive for a very similar product. They have more options for their product.
True.
And their, the opportunity to use the product is more than what Disney offers. But I'd rather pay $27 and have my expedited queue than pay another $300 for an expedited queue. So
I think Disney would be missing out on. So anyway, I think it works. I think it works relatively well. There wasn't any in the beginning. There wasn't any too big of major kinks to work out, and now that we know how to use it, it works pretty good because we use Lightning Lane all throughout the day, and the last Lightning Lane we were able to get was an e-ticket attraction very late in the day. So you are able to, like, it's not like all the Lightning Lanes are gone by the end of the day. No. We were able to, we didn't miss out on anything. And also, well, I have to say, we didn't really have any plans specifically, except for the Magic Kingdom. We didn't have any goals for attractions. But I mean, we got Soarin' at the end of the day.
Yeah, we still got rides that people will wait hours for.
And do all tiers of the annual pass have to purchase the Genie Plus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That would be very elite if there was a tier that just could have unlimited Genie Plus. That would be kind of cool. All right, so moving on, we then headed from Tron. What did you think of Tron, Liz?
I loved it. It was a wee bit scary at first, just like getting mated to a new seat and like getting situated. I think it was the perfect amount of ride time where I know people were like, when I had watched other reviews of it, people were like, it's so short, but I don't know that I could manage to sit like that any longer. But it was really, really fun. And also kudos to you, TJ, because in the actual like recap video, you got a good amount filmed, and I don't know that I would have been capable of holding on to anything other than.
I was gonna say more of that. More than half of that was like it trying to figure out what to do. So yeah, that's the most of what I got out of it.
I think there might be a setting
where it's turned like this.
Yeah, you should have saw the rest of it.
It was really good.
I think there might be a setting on that camera to make it more stable, but
I'm sure
we'll have to learn. But
and I love the locker system. It's so smart.
I just wish there was a way you could use your Apple Watch, so I didn't have to pull out our physical one.
It never seems to
or
be able
use
to use
Chelsea's
that.
actual ticket.
Yeah.
It came in handy.
It did, yeah.
So from Tron, we headed over to Disney's Animal Kingdom, and we did drive. So we entered Tron at 10:28, and we probably had 30 minutes there of just going through queue and then the attraction, and then we headed over to the Animal Kingdom, and we were entering Animal Kingdom at 11:58.
The pickles.
Somebody just
So-
knocked.
Oh, do you need a mute? Okay, mute. So, 11:58, we were entering the Animal Kingdom, and when we tapped in at Haunted Mansion, I think that Liz had already made a reservation for Safari, and
Mm-hmm.
there was still a lot of times available for Safari, so Liz had to keep refreshing the app and changing the time of the Safari because, like, let's say after Haunted Mansion, which we rode at about between 9:30 and 9:45, and she went in and started looking for Safari. Maybe the earliest time was 10:30, for Safari, but we wouldn't be able to make it. So she had to keep refreshing and pushing back our times for Safari. So that gives you an idea. On a Sunday in the spring season, there were still plenty of lightning lanes available over at Animal Kingdom. And so we actually had to adjust and keep pushing back our lightning lane time until we had a time that we knew we could make it.
Mm-hmm.
So Safari, we were walking in to the Safari at 12:06. This was Chelsea's second time at the Animal Kingdom, and this was her first time on Safari. So Chelsea, what did you think?
It was like the coolest thing I've ever seen. It was so cool.
Chelsea kept wondering like where the fences were.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She
I
thought
was
that
like-
the animals were
How do
going
they
to jump
keep the
out at
lions
us.
over here? How do
Well, I
they-
kind of wanted. I was like, "Oh, are the lions gonna like come up and like get into the car?" Because you see those videos on Instagram that happens in actual Africa. It was really cool, and it was nice to see like how much space the animals actually have, and like it's a nice, happy life for them there.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
was
place.
I was definitely questioning it
She was
before,
a
but
hater
how
before.
dare I question Disney? They would never. So it was really cool.
Yeah, I mean the idea for Animal Kingdom is conservation. So having people experience the animals in the way that they experience the animals in Animal Kingdom helps with conservation in an effort to raise money and bring awareness so that people will donate to conservation efforts. And a lot of times some of those animals are there. There are breeding programs, of course, but some of those animals are there because they need to be there. So, but I mean, if you've ever been to Safari, this Kilimanjaro Safari, like Chelsea said, it's huge. We saw so many giraffes.
Yeah, this was I think we picked a
Yes.
good time to go to because so many of the animals were out.
I think like the only thing we didn't see were the lions. We saw like
Yeah, they
everything
were so
else.
Yeah, they were
Yes.
sleeping.
on the rock. They weren't even really visible.
They
but
were sheeping.
Generally,
I
the
was
lions, you'll see
dying over
them.
the giraffes. I was literally
You'll
losing
see
it.
the
were-
lions
the
first
giraffes were
thing
very
or at the
friendly.
last.
Mhm.
All right, so what else did we do? Here, we actually, right after Safari, I got this, TJ included this picture of the coffee, and it actually was pretty good. Our friend Christina at O-Town Fork DM'd me when she saw my stories that we were there, and she said, get this coffee. I forget what the name of the coffee is, but it's at Kusafiri Coffee Shop and Bakery right next to the entrance
Something
of...
coconut.
Yeah, I think there was coconut in there.
There's coconut in it.
Mhm.
It was good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was good.
Like coconut cold brew or something.
Yeah.
I remember,
And
you guys
and it
told
had
me
alcohol in it.
I was gonna say what this. It was spiked, right?
Yeah, it was a spiked coffee beverage.
Oh.
Spicy coffee.
And then we headed from there. We headed over to what's the barbecue spot? I forget.
Flame tree.
Flame Tree.
Mhm.
And Flame Tree, that is where the best dish in our opinion, I think TJ agrees, at Animal Kingdom is, at least for quick service, is
good.
the mac and cheese with pulled pork.
Mhm.
So
It's
good.
real good. It's a
Get
good
your
portion.
mobile order.
Yep.
Yes.
Do your mobile order
Yeah.
because when we got up there, the line was long.
hmm
But I think
And
it's a good value. There's a lot of food. We all ate.
Mhm.
Every single one of us, we cleared the plate.
hmm
Yeah.
And we all got the same thing.
Yeah. And they were
Yeah.
really big. They were really big.
Yeah, it
they
was
were
like
big.
the perfect size portion.
hmm
And the seating at Flame Tree is nice because you can sit right on the water, and it was a perfect day to sit on the water and sit outside al fresco
And not watch Kite Tales.
and not watch Kite Tales. I think. Did you ever see Kite Tales, Liz?
Nope.
Oh man,
Just
that
saw
show
the
was funny.
videos.
I think we saw it once.
We saw it once.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny, actually.
It was a little, not awkward, but just...
It was more comical than anything.
Yeah.
They missed an opportunity for the theme song to be DuckTales, but replaced with the words Kite Tales. I think it would have had a better draw.
Okay.
Kite Tales. Woo!
I get that.
Come on.
That
Come on.
would have been good, yeah.
So, Animal Kingdom was probably the park we spent the least amount of time in, and we kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a group decision or me making an executive decision.
It was you.
me.
Because I
It was
wanted
me.
to
I
do
said-
Everest, and you were like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Crushing Liz's dreams.
These trips aren't for me. I know that they're not for me. It's
We
okay.
kept whatever, Liz.
Should be for you.
We kept it trucking, and we went to studios.
Yep.
So we were having lunch at Animal Kingdom at 108, and then we made it into the studio. What were we doing? Because
So it was just the struggle to get over there. So we parked at Epcot, walked through, took the Skyliner, and then walked in through.
Yeah.
because
So
we
it's
were
all-
setting ourselves up for success with
Or only had
being
to leave.
parked at Epcot.
Yeah.
So Hollywood Studios, we were walking in at 2:48,
Painful.
and
I was struggling at this point. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to make it through the rest of the day. Remember we heard that person sneeze in the Skyliner across from us?
That was loud.
It was
Oh,
so
yeah.
loud. And then
So
I had
aggressive.
a sneezing fit for
Oh my
I had,
god,
like,
for like 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I kept sneezing.
It was a lot
it's
of
the
I was very
pollen in the
nauseous.
air.
I don't
the
know what it
pollen.
was, but I didn't like it.
The pollen.
I didn't like it.
So Liz secured, I guess after Safari, I don't know when you secured this, but you got a Smuggler's Run.
Yep. So we did
Is that the Star Wars
Smuggler's
one?
Run.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea almost
I
bombed.
almost threw up. It's fine.
Because we made a drive.
Yeah.
That was mean.
Then we
did
met
okay, though.
Goofy and Max.
Yeah, so after Smuggler's Run at 3:48, we met Goofy and Max. Which, I don't... How long have they been out there?
They've been out there for a minute.
I think
Really?
a while.
Yeah.
So they are right at the entrance of Galaxy's Edge.
On the New York side.
Yeah,
By the market.
between the beer place and the
Baseline
entrance.
Tap House.
Yeah, between Baseline Tap House and the entrance to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
They're like tucked kind of away. I mean, you can see them clearly, but they're in the shade, which is good for them.
Yeah.
I think it's when they initially first started coming over there. Max was in his like Powerline outfit, but then they kind of switched to like the beach theme.
So Chelsea pushed Max out of the way, and she said,
Boy,
"You will
bye."
not. You will not get
Give him
between."
a hug at first.
I'll
Your
ship you
father
right
and
off
I.
to boarding school.
So this was
Very
another
late
goal.
over here.
This was another goal of Chelsea's. And how did you feel about your date with Goofy?
It was very romantic. It was great.
She said so much
I
was
would
said
get-
in so few words.
I always get so nervous every time I see my husband. It's just crazy because we're married. But it is my favorite part of the day, every day that I go to Disney. And I always have to take a picture in the same pose every time so that I can make my compilation one day. And it is me kissing him on the nose. It's very cute.
Just put it in the wedding
And
album.
Goofy made Max
Oh,
close
no,
his
I love him.
eyes and cover
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
eyes
that
for
was-
the
that was
kiss.
really cute.
Oh yeah, it was cute. Yeah, I remember that. And then I eventually did welcome Max into the photo reluctantly.
Well, and remember there was that group ahead of us that they had on like the full Goofy, like
Oh,
she had on,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the dress with it, like just like the shape, the face of his head, and then the husband had on the button-up shirt. So Max was used to being cast aside, but our group picture is really, really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used the group picture for
The
this
sticker.
live.
I want a copy of it. I want a
It's
copy.
in-
I'm
yeah, I
gonna
can
frame it.
send you the sticker. And then I used it for the cover art for the or the cover photo for the
Mhm.
YouTube, the vlog style video.
Yeah, it's very
It's a
cute.
good picture. It's a good picture. All right, so after Goofy, I think we headed over to the bar. What's the name of that bar?
Tune in.
Tune in, and it's connected
Tune-In
to.
Lounge. 50s
It's connected.
prime time.
Yep.
Yeah.
50s prime time. Somebody asked me, "Did you get
Oh,
the
Liz,
milk?
you're good
Did
at
you get the
this.
peanut butter and jelly milkshake? Did you know they
Matt's
had a
gotten that before. It's good.
It's good.
He's a
Where?
milkshake king. Loves his
He
milkshake.
just had one like
Is
2
that?
hours
Just had
ago.
one today.
So they serve it at 50s prime time.
Oh.
And actually, it was Steven Amber's husband who asked me. Steve asked if we got that. I didn't really know about that shake, and now I want to try and see if you can order it at the bar at Tune In. Do you know if you can do that, Liz?
You probably can. You can't order like food there because they don't have any seating. It's literally just the bar and then like the two
Yeah, they've
couches.
taken away all the seating from Tune In because there used to be
Uh,
seating in Tune In.
Oh.
You could sit at the bar, which was really cute.
Yeah.
And then they had like more lounge seating in the open spaces, but
I think people
I'm
probably
sure
used
you
to
can.
camp there, and that's probably why they didn't bring seating back.
I mean, it's so hot, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
next time we're in studios, and if I'm looking for a sweet treat, I want to try to get the peanut butter and jelly shake from Primetime / Tune In and see if they would allow me to order at the bar.
Because a sweet treat, at the end of what's the end of Tower of Terror? What's that street?
Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah, Sunset
Oh,
Boulevard.
yeah.
The ice cream spot at the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Not good.
Oh yeah, skip that. Don't
Yeah,
do that.
the ice cream place at Studios is not great.
I think we got a sundae.
It was
It was
horrible.
so disappointing.
Horrible. And they serve it to you and just never mind.
Getting triggered.
Just
But
don't
also,
even.
shout out to Todd for even when my card declined at the Tune-In Lounge, he was really kind and nice to me. And I found out
Do we
later
figure-
that my
What's the story on that now?
so Alan Compass, unfortunately, the night before
Mm-hmm.
overcharged my card for dinner
Mm-hmm.
to the
By a
tune
lot.
of like $500.
Mm.
I think what happened was the whoever was entering the tip in at the end of the night accidentally hit an extra 0. So I had been flash forward to this past week working with Disney, their account
But our
billing
server
team.
was so sweet.
She
Yeah,
was.
she was.
And I'm not even mad or frustrated. Like, it was fine.
It
And
was an
I would have
accident,
been fine. It's an accident. Things happen. And if I looked through my bank account, they actually refunded me the same day, but it just takes,
Right.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
so you
what
noticed it
it-
right away.
So she noticed it right away and then went in and redid it.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
So
But-
back in my day, because I used to work billing at, I used to
Tune-In Lounge.
I used to do what the position where Liz called in to get her bill fixed once she's left the resort and she needs someone to help her. So I think we used to be able to, it was a horrible roundabout way that we could pull receipts. So I'm guessing she pulled your receipt from the time and she was able to
She-
look at it.
Yes, and it was incredible because all I had to do was read my card number over the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and turns out they even pulled up an Apple Pay transaction, which is pretty unique if we want to think about that. But
Because it wasn't an Apple Pay transaction?
well, I bought something in the gift shop at the yacht club with Apple Pay.
Oh.
Because
Yeah,
when
she
you
pulled that up because when you use Apple Pay, it
It's a
uses
different number.
It's a different
just about to say
number, but
that.
it still ties back to your account.
Mhm.
I guess you have to have
Sorcery.
the right amount of right. But so once I read my card number, she could very clearly see, like, okay, yes, I see your card was charged for $654, and then immediately refunded $500, and then immediately charged again for 50 something or whatever the tip was for the.
Oh, so it all happened at the
she
hotel.
She could pull it all up, and then she could also see Rose and Crown the next day. She was like, was this you? Was this you? She went through all of my charges.
Oh, well,
for
that's nice.
basically the 36 hours.
So she didn't have to do any refund of anything because they took care of it
Right then
at
and
the
there.
property.
Right.
Okay, so they caught their mistake in the moment. Okay,
They
got
caught
it.
their mistake, and it just didn't show up on PNC's end until the week after, which is fine. But it definitely made me think like, wow, if I were here and my card were charged and like that was my like your mind just travels when a situation like that happens. But Disney gift cards, the way to pay for your vacation.
That's a good tip. Yep.
Have them there. Your card's not authorized.
So for people who don't know, oh my mic.
Oh my God.
It's funny. Todd gave you your card back and said, "We got to pour. Get her out of here." No, Todd was nice.
Can you hear me again?
There you are.
Okay. So for people who don't know, you don't have to leave your card on file if you're at a Disney hotel. You don't have to leave your card on file for incidentals. You can have them load either cash, like you can say, here's $800, and they could put $800 cash on your account, or you could give Disney gift cards and say, here, put this, I have $100 gift cards for Disney, and you could load that up to your account and charge to your hotel that way. You do not have to have it to where so.
And don't use a debit card, because whether you're renting a car, you're going anywhere in the world, renting a car, staying in a hotel, your debit card, they will take the money out of your account.
Yep.
And then once you check out, it can be up to two weeks later that the money is actually put back in, because of how the hotel works with your banking company.
Yep.
So, and there's no way to expedite it. It just happens.
It's always good to have a few ways to pay for things when you go, but definitely charge back to the room when you can, because if that had happened and you were paying with the room charge, it would have been taken care of instantly. Like the moment they would have credit back her room, everything would have been cleared.
Yes.
So
because I could have viewed it on my folio.
Excuse me. So, and I think that the other thing, this is really technical, but once your room charge hits a certain amount, they will charge your debit or whatever credit card or debit card that you have on there. If you don't have cash on your account that you've deposited into your room folio, then let's say after, I don't know, $500 that you charge, they will charge your card just so that they're taking that money while you're there, so you're not charging up your room and then can't pay in the end and you ditch.
Right. So. Now, what's that Leonardo DiCaprio character where he?
Oh yeah. Catch Me If You
Can.
That one. Yeah. Nothing like
that. We both said it. Okay.
Good job, everyone.
We're so good. All right, so let's keep the truck, and actually we're doing pretty good on time. Yeah.
Just like at the park. That's right. We spent the least amount of time in Epcot, and that's where we're headed next.
We forgot that we did Tower of Terror.
Yeah, we're not done yet with studios.
That was for you, Liz.
It was about damn time.
Sacrificed my life for that.
Everything else was for everyone else but me.
It's so funny. I was going through the footage from the vlog, and you could see Chelsea in the background with a cap on, and she's just like,
I was cracking up at that video. I was like, look at me. I'm not even moving. Because if I screamed, I would have gotten sick. If I moved my arms, I would have gotten sick. So I just sat there, put my hat down.
You could have not ridden it.
Everyone else was screaming and laughing.
I had FOMO, Brian. It's a chronic illness. Thank you for making me say that in front of everyone.
All right. Tower of Terror, we had Lightning Lane. We entered at 5:37. And then I have the... what does MB stand for?
Which was great.
Oh, MB. What is MB?
Well, I was going to say, we walked on, and then as soon as
Mickey
we left
bar.
the pre-show
The Mickey
room,
Premium Bar.
Mickey Premium Bar.
Oh. The ride was down. They were only at half.
Oh, yeah, they only had one
we did
elevator.
Have to wait a little bit more.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but we were getting our Mickey. We were getting our Mickey. So we entered the line at 4:37, and we were getting our Mickey Premium Bar at 5:07. So not too bad.
That's not
bad. Oh yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
But lately, Tower has been. It seems like have sometimes longer waits, and it seems like maybe they need to take Tower down for a refurbishment, because it seems like that they've been working on one tower a lot lately. So
it didn't help that the other one right next to it was down for refurbishment too.
Rock and Roller Coaster.
Rock and Roller
yeah.
Coaster.
Oh, Rock and Roller Coaster.
But that's it.
Yeah.
That was down for like their yearly one, so
Mm-hmm.
that's always a thing. When are they going to change that?
There's been rumors.
Powerline.
It should be Camp Rock.
Powerline.
No, I'm just
Camp
Powerline.
Rock. I won't be mad at that. Camp Rock.
Demi
Can you
Lovato.
imagine with Joe Jonas?
Joe.
Oh
Joe
my
Jonas.
gosh.
Just me, Joe, and Goofy.
Daddy.
Mm.
That would actually be
It's
so
getting
funny.
hot over there.
It is.
Oof.
All right, so then we took another mode of transportation.
What are we talking about?
So another
Friendship boat.
mode
I'm
of
on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
transportation is, as Liz said, the friendship boat, which was a nice cruise.
It
A
was.
nice little breeze.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Chelsea also got nauseous on that. Didn't know that until today.
Really?
I just apparently am a nauseous person now.
Mm.
So that's
You're
fine.
getting old.
I know.
Yeah, she's north of 30 now. Oof.
Ay,
Oof.
Watch out, TJ.
watch out. I'm older than
Watch
him.
Fun
I
times.
was the least tired though of after the whole day.
That
I was
is
like,
true.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. But
Because
I
as
did
we were
not
walking
throw
into Epcot, I was like, all right, my body hurts.
up.
I can't. I
I was
didn't
like,
have on
let's
the
do
right
some
shoes.
shots.
I know. But then
So
we went
at
to Rose and Crown.
Yes.
5:58, we entered Epcot, and we did. I didn't include Rose and Crown on our. Maybe it's in the vlog. Is it in the vlog?
Nope.
It's not on the short format video.
No, it's not in the vlog, no.
It
so we
happened
did.
though.
It happened.
Yes.
We did do
As a
that,
boomerang.
and I loved the bartender. We loved.
Oh, she was so
the
nice.
bartender
She was so
at Rose and
nice.
Crown.
Mm-hmm.
Loved
She
her.
was into you.
Chelsea's trying to remember who she was.
Oh no, I remember.
You remember her?
She
Oh.
looked cute.
She's
She
like, I already
was
went back.
Scottish and hot.
Yes.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
No, she was
All
sweet.
right.
And it was busy in there, but she managed it really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was weird.
And then I
lines
spilled
forming,
like a drop of beer, and she gave me.
Oh yeah, she.
She-
gave you
Oh,
a
she sure
little
did, yeah.
shot
She
of
like
it.
gave me the extra beer. I was like, thank you.
Oh,
It was
you have to
cute.
come
Not
back and
married.
visit her before she goes back to the UK.
I will. Say less.
All right, so Liz got a lightning lane for Soren.
Yeah,
And this is our last lightning lane.
We got to stare at all the feet.
it was.
I hate
I
being on
know.
the bottom row.
We were in the worst
Everything was
section.
so
We
curved.
were in C3.
Oh,
We
it's,
were all
and
the
that,
way
yeah,
at the
we were
bottom.
like way on the other side too, so everything was just like
We're like in the bottom right
Warped.
corner in like
Yeah.
the cheap seats, like the
Yes.
$10 seats.
Mhm.
We were in the obstructed view.
Yes.
It's like it's so funny. The Eiffel Tower was like,
It was.
It was the saddest Eiffel
It
Tower.
was so bad.
And then
We were, like,
immediately following
video.
that, we headed to Figment.
That was my first
And
time
this
on
was
that ride.
Chelsea. Yep, this is Chelsea's first time. What did you think of the chaos of Figment?
I thought it was so cute and chaotic, and I loved it. It warmed my heart to see Robin Williams for a minute.
In the queue.
Imagination is a blast.
I just thought it was so like quirky and fun, and it was a great cool down ride.
Yes.
it
It
is,
is
yeah.
a good cool down ride.
Figment is so underestimated.
That's true because there
He's
was
an-
no one in line.
He's an icon. He's an icon.
Mm.
I
We
think
actually-
technically booked a lightning lane.
We had
We sure
lightning
did.
lane. I was just gonna say
Mhm.
we had lightning
When
lane.
no one
In
else
my
was in
last
there.
word.
Yeah, there was no one in the regular queue, but we had lightning lane and we walked down the lightning lane.
Mhm.
We nailed it.
So then we headed to Mexico.
Mhm.
We had dinner-ish. TJ and I ate.
Mhm. Had
Yeah,
the
you had-
cheese-filled empanadas. Which were good.
Mhm.
I also
I had
ate,
the-
but it took you so long to get food that I finished before you came over.
Yeah, that was the case.
Sorry.
'Cause we got margaritas at the kiosk.
And I got some
Oh,
in
you
here.
eat, Chelsea?
Kiosk. And then,
The tostado something, it had like chicken and beans on it. It was so good.
oh yeah.
I should have
She
had
got
that.
them from like the margarita
So
kiosk.
good.
Nice.
And then by the time we sat down, you had come out with TJ and yours food, but then you went back up. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah, I think the food in the Mexico Pavilion is pretty solid. We a few years ago ate at San Angel Inn, which is inside, and we had a good experience with the food in there.
Speak for yourself. You made me eat
Oh.
crickets.
Oh,
that was
That's confidential. That's confidential.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the tequila
carry on.
bar. Did we do
Carry
that
on.
together? We ate crickets
Yeah.
together? I don't remember.
You made me eat crickets.
Yeah.
It was when we went down
Traumatizing.
for the 50th, and we were down the next day
Yeah.
after the 50th. We came down
Okay.
another 24-hour trip, and yeah, we did the.
Sorry to interrupt that. You go ahead and tell your story about the other
I'm
I'm
restaurant.
sorry that you were traumatized. I'm sorry you were traumatized from
It was
crickets.
good though. It was good.
It's
Crunchy.
just a
I
salty
lived.
snack.
I survived.
Just a salty snack.
Then we did a little bit of shopping specifically in Japan.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to get a
Oh,
souvenir
you didn't change the
for my-
slide.
for my husband.
Well, I hope he appreciated his souvenir. Did you give him his souvenir?
He did. He has it up on his computer right now.
Oh,
I would
good.
show everyone if we were up there, but I got like a little mouse pad mat
Which one's
thingy.
Oh,
And we didn't do anything for Hollywood Studios.
there.
Yeah, there
Oh,
was.
there's a picture. Sorry. Oh, back to the studios. We did see a character outside of the park. We saw Baloo.
Oh, yeah. Before the
Yeah.
ticket gate, but after security.
Yep. So if
Very
you had,
cool.
if you were in the front of the park with no ticket, you could have had a meet and greet with Baloo. This is not a regular thing, so don't go there expecting that. I think they were training that day, and so Baloo was in training.
It was very cute.
We did get Mickey Premium bars, and then that's the pic with Goofy and Max.
Which is a great picture. Look at
We
how
are
tan I look.
adorable.
Wow.
You what?
I look so tan. I think it's just the shade, but I don't look like your legs look whiter than my legs.
Which is crazy because I put tanner on.
I know you did. But yes, anyway, Mexico, we ate. We did want to go on Frozen, but
Long.
it said it was a 45-minute wait, and it was basically just about where the queue goes outside, and I was like, this is no way.
That doesn't happen, yeah.
And I had to get Matt a gift, so we 86 Frozen. We continued to walk around. We saw the Tiana topiary, so pretty.
Oh yeah, that was so pretty.
In America. And then went to get on Remy's.
Yes. Finally.
Was it worth the wait?
So here's the thing.
Oh boy.
Yes, it was worth the wait. It was such a cute, cool ride. But once again, it was a 3D simulator ride, which they make me very nauseous. So I had to. I need some Dramamine. I know. Yeah. So I had to.
And she wants to take a cruise. Get the heck out of here.
I feel like a cruise is different. Like that's a big boat.
That's different.
Yeah, it's different. I really don't normally get, and I got motion sickness in the plane. It was
that was the tequila.
That was no, not when I was with you. When I was with Sam and coming back from London. It was really weird. But anyway, it was a really awesome ride. It was so cool. You felt like you were a little tiny rat, and it was awesome. But there were a couple times I had to kind of close my eyes because I felt a little sick. But it was a really cool ride. It was very beautiful. I liked the kind of trackless thing. Don't judge me. And
the details are very cute.
They are all very cute. The walking through the queue is very cute. Seeing like just like and like you're feeling like you're outside in Paris, and it was very cool. It was definitely worth the wait. Yes, I've been begging all three of them to do this ride with me since it probably opened for 3 years. Yeah. So now Liz gets to finally have a break.
Last time Chelsea was here, we tried to do it, but the line was just too much. This time we walked up to the attraction and we did just do standby here. The attraction was posted at 75-minute wait at 8:20 is when we entered the queue. I knew that it wasn't going to be that long. My guess was it wasn't going to be that long because the queue did not extend outside at all. It was only inside. I would say that the queue moved slightly a little bit slower than I anticipated, but I think what had happened is they were backlogged on Lightning Lane because the Lightning Lane queue was very much backed up outside of the building as we entered. So they were giving preference to Lightning Lane to get through the Lightning Lane. So we entered the queue at 8:20 and we were exiting as the fireworks started at 9:00, like kind of on the dot. We were exiting the France Pavilion, so we probably waited really like 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
And
bad.
then
Mine was like
it's
we
not
had to
quite a
walk-
2-minute ride, but
We did what? I think we didn't stop until like the second or third room in the queue. Like we definitely walked a little bit and then we finally stopped.
yeah.
Which was good.
I really like that attraction. I think that is an okay time amount to wait for that attraction. I think anything over an hour, it's a little too much for that attraction to wait over an hour for that attraction.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
Yeah. 25 minutes is perfect.
Yeah.
If you're not with little ones, like
Yeah.
for us adults, I wouldn't wait more than 25. I wouldn't pay for it at this point, but I wouldn't wait more than 25.
Is that an individual lightning
opinion.
lane?
Oh, no,
So-
it might just be on Genie Plus now. I think it's just on Genie Plus.
Got it.
But it
So
usually
that
one
was
last
our
slide.
that was our day. There's one last slide. Oh my. Okay, sorry. Oh.
Oh, that was us. Oh my gosh. So all that to be said, we had an amazing day. We get home at like 9:45, right? We were back at the house.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
Felt like 4 a.m.
We filmed the end of the video, the long format video, and then Chelsea and I's alarms were going off at 2 a.m. because we had to leave by 3 to get on a plane at 5 to fly home so that I could go to work at 8 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
it was brutal. We did fly Frontier on the way home, and
First class.
we chose I mean, I had already booked that window seat when I knew that I was coming back with that stupid early flight. But Chelsea came back with me, and Remy came back too.
Remy got
Tell
a
us
ticket.
about-
It was really cute.
Tell us about the Frontier front of the plane experience, and because I didn't know about this, so tell people about it if they're not familiar. We're talking about Frontier Airlines.
It was I think it's fairly new because I've definitely flown Frontier and paid for the big seats in the front. But they have this new thing where they're not selling the middle seat. So, like I said, I had already bought the window seat. Chelsea said she was going to come home with me on that flight, so she booked the aisle. And if you go to look at the floor plan, there's just an X in those front 6 middle seats, which is nice.
So how much additional was it to purchase that seat?
Funny thing is, I paid $80 when I checked in for the flight
Okay.
the night before or the day before.
Mine was only 60.
She paid $60 the day of. Well, later that day, checking in for the same flight.
Right.
So they must not have had people book it. But
Cells on it.
what a
yeah.
great way to almost get a whole row to yourself if you
Yeah, that's
book
kinda
one
nice.
of them and then no one else
Yeah.
joins, which certainly for a 5 a.m. flight could be limited.
Right.
Yeah.
And that flight is shorter. Go ahead, Chels.
I was gonna say we were really lucky because our flight boarded on time, took off on time. You sometimes don't always know with Frontier, but
you have to do the early flight.
because I guess they get backed up. I will say that the longest line that we waited in on our entire trip had to be the security line at the airport, at the Orlando airport.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely horrible.
Get to the airport really early, kids. Really early.
We pulled up at like 3:30 on the dot, and they said that the flight was boarding at 4:40, and I'm like, we have plenty of time.
We have tons of time.
Tons of time.
I could
We
have
walk
gotten Burger
in.
King.
We didn't have to check bags. We walk in, and then you just see the corrals,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I'm like, holy cow! The whole corral was full.
Mhm.
We got in line just at the point where it was going to start going to the middle of the terminal, down towards the food court. And the silly sign said it was only a 25-minute wait.
No, it
lies.
There's no way. They haven't updated it since last night. Like, there's absolutely no way.
Yeah.
We got about halfway through, and then in a very unfortunate circumstance, a
Yeah.
kid passed out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
With like, it was like single mom. Well, I don't know if she's single, but a
It was
mom
just
She
the
worked
mom,
two
wasn't
jobs.
works 2 jobs. And loves the kids and never stops. It was her and like
That's coming to
3
Netflix,
or
right? It's
4
coming.
kids
Reba's
total.
coming. Reba's coming to Netflix.
Oh,
Nice.
I love that's
You have to
gonna be a
rewatch it.
nice show. But anyway, the kid passes out, and then
The child.
the child passes out, and I would love to commend the airport security and like airport police, but like it took a while for someone to show up. Like there
Yeah.
were other travelers like jumping in to be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
So how long
But
was the
then
kid
it put
passed
us
out?
at a
Just
I don't know how long he was actually passed
were,
out
like,
because we
7
couldn't
rows
see
away.
over.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like at least 15 minutes that he was laying on the ground.
And then
Oh my
finally, like
gosh.
Yeah.
finally, like the police.
I don't.
security,
Yeah,
whatever,
I don't
showed
know
up.
what could have been going on because also someone came with a wheelchair. I feel like relatively, not quickly, but like much sooner than when he actually got up.
Yeah.
And he was just like they were still down there for a while. So I don't know if he like he couldn't get up, if he felt nauseous.
Someone might
what
have
it
crawled
was.
over and we just couldn't see them.
Maybe
I
he
don't
went on
know.
the Remy ride right before. I don't know.
Maybe.
oh my god.
He might have done mission space. But
Velocity
but it was really nice. The Cecil coaster. It was really nice to see other travelers like jump in and try to help.
Some were also just
Because-
taking video on their phone.
There were also a bunch of
Wow.
a-holes that just were like, I'm gonna get famous.
Yeah.
But that paused the line. So like we had
Yeah.
already probably waited 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then that happened. We literally get through security, get our shoes on, stuff like ransacked, just thrown back in our backpacks, and we get to the gate. And
Mhm.
my biggest fear in Orlando, out of any other airport, is the fact of the chaos of when you leave TSA, your shoes are on, you're like, which hallway do I need? Because twice I've gotten on the wrong train after waiting in
Liz.
I'm telling you, it's happened. And it's my biggest fear, and I'll recheck my thing every time, like make sure I'm in the right one. But we basically got to the gate and they had just started boarding.
Yeah. There was no extra
And
time for
there
anything. We
was,
didn't sit
like,
down, nothing.
Didn't sit, didn't refill waters, didn't use the restroom, like none of it. We just basically walked on. And I get through with my big backpack, which was definitely bigger than it should have been. No problem. She's over here holding Remy with her big backpack.
No.
And this little
No.
tiny human is like, I'm gonna need to size your bag.
No,
I was
so
like,
this is the thing that
okay.
I cannot with Frontier about this.
I think the last time we rode it, we
I am
had this issue.
traumatized by Frontier. Like, I'm glad we haven't had to fly Frontier in a while. Like, we've been spoiled with American Airlines the last couple times, and then Delta for California. And
Comfort Plus, baby.
the way that I have anxiety about Frontier and their backpacks, because we have seen Frontier staff
I think it was
attack people basically verbally and just berate people for having a backpack, period.
I'm trying to remember where we were flying back to, because it was definitely a flight back home, because I was like, I'm just ready to go home.
Yeah.
Was it Oklahoma? Maybe it was Oklahoma?
No, I think it was probably from Philly.
Maybe,
I was gonna
but
say Philly,
whoever...
I've never had trouble. Never had
But
trouble.
yeah, it was so weird. We've never had an issue with Frontier until that time.
It was
But
horrible. It was like they were belittling the guests, the passengers, and
yeah, I felt bad because the person in front of us, you could see a few people in front of us, they made them put their bag in that little slot to make sure it fit. And some of them clearly did, and they were like, no. You got to pay for it. And the like woman ahead of us, she was like, "What do you mean? You can clearly see it fits." And he's like, "Nope, sorry, you got to pay for it."
It's horrible.
And
I
it got to me. Yeah, it got to me, and I was like, "If they make me check this, I'm going to throw hands."
So,
because I was already ready to go home.
So there has been TikToks about this where people have been doing story times within TikTok, and I guess come to find out, supposedly that these people are getting bonuses from Frontier for getting bags checked, because they make you pay for the bag to be checked, and then the team member gets a bonus for doing that. that policy is 100% unacceptable. That you are giving these very young people with, because it's always been the young people that are giving attitude that I've seen on Frontier. You're giving them this power trip, and there's money behind them checking, and I'm sorry, there's no reason for it, because I mean, I don't know, it's just it's not a nice environment to be in.
I also feel like if you paid for the essentially what would be considered the first class of Frontier, we should get that, especially because even if I did want to put it above my head, there are essentially 6 less people traveling in those first 6 rows, because that middle seat's gone. So that's all that extra room up there, that even if I brought it as like a personal item, but I wanted to put it up top, I should be able to. And if it was early in the morning and I was not in the mood, and if they tried to tell me, like, I would have lost it. This is also the 3rd Frontier flight I paid for this day.
I know.
That's right. Yeah.
I was like, no, you're not getting another $80 from me to carry this bag on.
So then what did you do?
It did. Oh, so it did not fit at first. The woman wasn't paying attention. I had it in the thing. It was like sticking out, and it wouldn't
like this much out. Like,
so
it was not going.
I opened my bag and I rearranged some stuff, and like I couldn't re-zip it. because now it was sticking out of the top, but I made it so that it was flatter, and I was able to push it down. And I was like, it fits.
She was like,
okay.
But Chelsea,
also like Chelsea.
I was like, I will throw out everything.
Chelsea is a little bit tired right now, so you're not getting the full Chelsea. But
which you're welcome,
your energy, Chelsea, probably people would like, if Chelsea's yelling, all right, it fits, they're probably gonna just not mess with you, like.
Right, and it's
you know what I mean, like the energy that you give out.
Right, it would have been too early for all that.
In the best way possible, Chelsea's energy would like, you know what I mean?
Just like, I don't want to deal with this today.
You got it.
They made the announcement when we were starting to like land, like, oh, if you happen to have the whole row to yourself, you need to still sit up, like that. I'm like, so our plane wasn't even full.
What do you mean sit up?
Like they were trying to be like, as they were landing, like, please sit up and like
okay. I thought you meant mid-flight they weren't allowing people to like lay across.
No.
I was like, what?
Just like giving Liz like the notion that like, okay, so obviously this flight isn't even full, so it's not like there's too many bags as personal items. It's just what you said, because they want to make that extra dollar.
Oh boy!
Like, I get people.
I was like, Disney already milked me of my money today.
It doesn't. You don't have to be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for ending this episode on a great note with Frontier.
We love you, Frontier. Sponsor us.
I mean, I am very lucky.
They've reached out, but then when I reached back out, they didn't reach back out. So Frontier, I don't know if I could do. I mean, maybe, but not after this episode.
We've been a little spoiled, so it'd be hard to get back on Frontier.
I've had. They can have me sponsor me. I've had a wonderful experience with Frontier. I've never had any troubles. Never any flight delays more than.
I haven't had any personal, except for that one.
Well, I know that my bag will fit.
The one time that we were flying into Philly, remember, Liz? That's the only time that we've had a bag that we were delayed.
Like a 4-hour delay, if not more.
And we were like, we're contemplating like, is this trip even gonna happen?
Yeah, we weren't sure if we were gonna make it.
I picked them up from Philly at 3 a.m. They were supposed to get in at like 9 p.m. I slept on the couch. And I had an alarm set to be like, are they actually?
Oh my God, you picked them up? I would never.
I'm 5-star.
She's like, you're sleeping in the airport. Wow. I'll get you in the morning.
Left the door unlocked. You can Uber here. Just kidding. I would come get you guys. 100%.
But yes, all that to say, any last minute tips for doing a 4-part challenge to the people?
I have a tip. Always travel to Disney with these 3. They know what they're doing. They will get it done.
Sounds like we should do a group trip, huh?
So we did.
We
did 9 attractions across 4 parks. No, 10 attractions across 4 parks.
in
Foods.
13 hours.
Okay, yeah.
12 hours. 12 hours.
Yeah.
which I think is so value for your money. So you spent basically $320 on a day. If you think about it, you didn't wait that much in line at Disney, so you never spent much of that time waiting. You were always kind of on the move and from one attraction or one park to the next, thanks to Genie Plus and Lightning Lane. So I think that
And like,
yeah, and Liz, and just knowing where to go.
$80
But
a
I
day.
think
it's like going to Six Flags. $80 a
Yeah.
park.
Oh yeah.
yeah, there you go.
$80 a park. Yeah. When you break it down that way, it did make it feel kind of.
The other way I like to break it down, that somebody explained it to me one time, is like, okay, if you go to a Broadway show, you're going for like 2.5 to 3 hour show, and it's, let's say a good seat is like $200.
Yep.
So if you do the math on a Disney ticket, you're getting, let's say, 10 to 12 hours of entertainment for $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So especially when you pay for the upgrades and you're not waiting in line.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
And those Broadway
different
tickets
ways
are
of
more
working.
expensive than you think now. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that is a good way to look at it.
But it was
And our
Class is
flights were
dismissed.
relatively cheap. So like the majority of our money was spent only on the day.
Yeah. The
Right.
flight down was what, like 40?
Yeah.
No
something.
hotel.
Well, mine
Did you
was
stay with us?
free.
Yours was
Yeah.
free on the way down. Mine was
Yeah.
free on the way home.
We had great hotel accommodations.
Stayed at this delightful bed and breakfast
Top notch.
in Davenport.
Last time they left
Blandwood.
water on my nightstand. They didn't do that this time, but
Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't
Cost
have
cutting.
turn down service. I don't know. What
yeah, my bed was not made the second night.
no airport shuttle either.
No
It's
animal
so
shaped
weird.
towels.
You have received airport shuttle in the past, but just not at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Fair
that's
enough.
funny because I think we just talked about the time that you received airport shuttle service.
That's
Shots
true.
fired.
Mm.
Shots fired.
But it's also different when someone's coming into town versus someone leaving. Like,
Leaving.
Yeah.
you two were always amazing about picking us up from the airport, and you have taken me to the airport before.
Yeah.
I think if we had the later flight, you would have. But
We're also like a solid 8 minutes from the airport right now.
yeah,
And you guys are like
Mhm.
not.
yeah, we're.
Yeah.
I hear the airplanes on
Yeah.
a brisk summer night, so it's fine.
Mm.
Well, this was cute. Thanks for coming, Chelsea.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, our special guest.
I'm happy to join.
Bum, 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 bum.
All right.
We also do have one special little announcement. At the
Oh,
end.
that's right. We have a giveaway.
Mhm.
So
A
we did.
giveaway.
No. We already did it. It was from March or something.
Oh.
Yes.
The
So the
Patreon
winner of the
giveaway.
giveaway is Mikey.
Who just commented hi.
Hey,
Oh,
Mikey.
hey.
So
We kind of made the announcement a little earlier.
we
but
did tell Mikey earlier because we were live on TikTok. So Mikey, you are the winner of the giveaway, and Mikey's here. So I'll send you a DM and get your address and everything to send you over
your swag.
the swag. I think that was there was a bunch of stuff in that giveaway. So
Just gonna mention it.
Notebook,
we are going to
pen.
do more giveaways this year. So if you're not part of the Patreon, go join our Patreon. Oh,
The late sound effect.
applause.
Yeah. I meant to do that when you announced it. Sorry.
So anyone can be part of the giveaway and
Try it.
enter the giveaway,
I will.
but you must, in order to be automatically entered to the giveaways, you must be a subscribed paying member of our Patreon. We are so thankful for you, Mikey, and glad that you won. And what else? Anything else? Did I miss
Yay.
anything?
No.
Hopefully,
Check
this
out
was
the new
somewhat-
video.
Yeah, check out all the new
Mhm.
videos. We actually been having a lot of new videos. We have the 1900 Park Fair video up on YouTube. We have the Foyer Parks in One Day video up. We have a new SeaWorld video up. So it's really kind of like a
Comprehensive guide.
guide to SeaWorld, kind of. And then what else do we have coming?
We have a video coming out on May the 4th.
Oh,
A Star Wars
May the
unboxing.
4th.
Star Wars Day.
Star Wars Day.
Which is Saturday, right?
yes.
You know what
Are
else
we
on
do-
Saturday?
Well, we're doing that, but what's that?
Liz's anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
5 years.
Mm.
It's my handsome lug.
Oh my.
Just kidding.
All right, guys.
Look at
Well,
this.
thank
Look at
you.
the
Pickles.
shirt that Chelsea was
Oh.
supposed to wear.
It's
but
really
she didn't
cute, but
want
it's just
to.
like it doesn't complement my undertones.
She didn't want to wear
I
it.
look gray, and I look more gray in that.
Ugh.
Sorry.
Anywho, good to see you.
Good to see
Good to
you
see you guys.
guys.
Yes, this was fun.
We don't know what the episode will be next week, but we'll figure it out, I guess. We are.
I promise
gonna
I'll
be at-
tune in. I will be there.
We're going to be at Wilderness
Watching
Lodge this
Watching.
week for a new experience.
Mhm.
We've never done this before, but we're going to be at Wilderness Lodge
I'll tell you when.
for 2 nights. And
2
someone will talk a
nights?
little bit about that.
Yeah.
Dang. We're gonna get content, show you guys what it's like to be a Wilderness Lodge. And that's about all that we know right now.
That's
right.
right.
Trying to think, make sure we don't forget anything.
I don't know if we're gonna go anywhere Star Wars related for May the 4th, but we do have Runaway to Hope on
We do have it
Saturday.
that night. And then Phantom
Oh,
Menace comes
cute.
out
Mhm.
on Friday.
So we might go see that.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up
Yep.
so that the girls can go to bed.
Yes.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That made it in the video.
It was
All right,
very-
good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.